Hello YouTube. I decided to come back and make a shorter, faster video of how to lower the rear end of a motorcycle and what I did to do it. Now, I had said in another video, which is quite a bit longer, that I would show you how to do it step by step, and it wasn't really the greatest instructions. My video wasn't that great after I sat back and watched it. Basically, what I did was I replaced the lower linkage on the rear swing arm on my motorcycle, and to do this is fairly simple. I was being told that by dealerships that it was going to take approximately an hour and a half to do this, and if you look at my other videos, the actual work time was probably 15 to 20 minutes, I'd say, and I did a whole lot of talking during that, so the whole video itself is about 35 minutes, but you're more than welcome to look at that. I will tell you, I'm not a motorcycle mechanic like I have in all my other videos, but this is just what I did to lower my bike. And if you look here at your brake pedal, right behind your brake pedal, there's a bolt hole here, or a hole here. And I'll show you here in a minute that on your lowering linkage, you'll actually get a 17mm socket here, and a extension and a ratchet, and you'll do the same thing on the other side, because the other side is basically the same way, and I'll show it to you here in a minute, but it's behind the gear shift. So 17mm there, 17mm on the other side, and when you slide back here and you look at the bolt on the other part of the linkage right here, that's a 17mm, but the bolt head on the rear part of the linkage on the other side was 14mm. Alright, now this is the actual aftermarket linkage on there, and like I said, I'll get underneath there here in a second and I'll show you a little better picture of it. But the thing is the one that I bought said that it would lower my bike 2 to 4 inches, and I noticed whenever I went to go the 4-inch one there, you know, just kind of checking it out, that it was actually a little too far. That up here at the top section right here was actually bottoming out, so whenever I went to lower it. So I don't know if maybe I'm just not doing it wrong. The manufacturer said that I could get a hold of them and they would show me how to do it a little bit better. So I'm going to slide underneath my bike here and I'll show you what the top of the linkage looks like, and where you take the bolt out from here and on the other side, and so let's zoom you in here a little bit, and maybe okay, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but right there is the head of the bolt in the front of the linkage. Okay, so actually that's not the head of the bolt, that's the nut on the end of the bolt. So anyway, what I ended up doing was I had to raise up the entire back end of the bike and to get the weight off the wheel. You got to have the weight off the wheel to take these bolts off, because if you don't get the weight off the wheel when you go and I'm sorry, to take, let me back you out here. Anyway, you got to get the weight of the wheel off in order to back these bolts out, because if you don't, the back end of your motorcycle will fall down and it could tear something up, I guess. So the factory linkage, all this is one piece. Now the one that I got here come in 3 pieces, and if you look right there at the bottom of your shock, well, the factory is one piece, so you kind of run into a little bit of a trouble there getting the factory one out. So when you get the rear end of the bike up off the ground and get the tire off the ground, the way to get the factory one out that I found was you drop the tire all the way down, and it creates a little bit more space between the shock and the tailpipe there, and then you can get the factory one out. So this one here that I bought, this lowering linkage that I bought, I've been pretty happy with it. It seems like it's doing okay, but you know, I've only had it on here for about 2 weeks, so we'll have to see how that all works out. But anyway, I'll get over here on the other side and I'll show you what the other side looks like. Like I said, it's just going to be a mirror image of this. It's pretty easy to get to, pretty easy to take them bolts and everything out. And like I said, you know, the way I got the weight off the rear of my motorcycle is right here on the back footrest. I went up underneath the footrest with a bar and shot it straight across through the other one. I had my bike standing straight up, and then I had a pair of sawhorses that I set the bar on and just got the whole rear end of my motorcycle up off the ground. Now, there may be other ways to do that, better ways, I don't know. I do know that I didn't scratch any paint or anything, so it worked out okay. But anyway, here's the other side of the bike. And like I said, here's the hole behind the gear shift that I was talking about a while ago. And excusing the dirt on my bike there, but anyway, there's the hole behind the gear shift. You know, you just move it out of the way, or raise your gear shift up. And then here's the linkage on the other side. Like I said, this bolt head right here is 14 millimeters, so you gotta have a 14 millimeter socket for that. And then the nut on the other side, 17 millimeter. And then when you go up inside of here, I said, here's my linkage going across there. There's the other 17 millimeter bolt head, and you come straight in through here with a socket and a ratchet, and you can see my fingers right there at the bolt. So anyway, you pop them 2 bolts out, is pretty much all it is. And then what you'll do then is, once you get the new linkage on, you'll start raising the back tire up until your holes back here in the back line up. Once this hole lines up with the back of that, I don't really know what it's called, but I'm gonna call it, you know, the lower part of the swing arm there. If you get them 2 holes lined up, you run your bolts through it and tighten everything down, and you're pretty well good to go. And that bolt right there looks like it's right behind the chain, but if your chain is adjusted right, you're gonna have a little slack there, so you raise it up and get your chain out of the way. Well, YouTube, that's a quick and down around easy way to lower the rear end of your motorcycle. Hope this video helps, and like I've said before, I'm not a motorcycle mechanic. You know, I'm just showing you guys what I did to do to my bike, and I'm not saying that I won't be driving down the street tomorrow and the rear tire fall off from what I did. I don't know, but good luck, have fun with your motorcycles, guys. Have a good day. Also, rate, comment, see what you think. Give me some ideas on what I could have done better on my video. Like I said, I'm new at this, so guys, just continue watching. You know, give me some thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what I did wrong, tell me what I did good, and I'll try to do better next time. All right, thank you.